1/1 creature, human warrior, rare. Creatures with power less than Champion of Flammable's power can't block creatures you control. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Champion of Flammable. So, yeah.
There we go. So we have a Champion of the Parish on turn 1 for James Hazen over here, or Hazen. And then an Avacyn's Pilgrim is going to come down, make that champion into a 2/2. Champion getting into the red zone. And just going to pass the turn now. All right, Michael Nyberg going over his options here. Looks like he had a Bird of Paradise in hand, but only had lands that come into play tapped. So this turn he's going to be forced to play a bird and come into play tap land. A pretty nice
black
bird.
Border bird.
Yeah. With. Oh, but it looks like James is going to hit Michael for a bajillion damage this turn because he has a Silverblade Paladin. And yeah, now this Champion of the Parish has Double Strike.
Yeah, so Soul Bond making its presence known here in Madison.
And I'm interested. No attack from Avacyn's Pilgrim and no human post-combat step. Another 3-pointed damage missed. We've been seeing a lot of that on camera today.
Yeah, there's no reason why you couldn't just attack.
Yeah, especially when you've got when you're attacking with a 6-power guy, like just getting free damage is insane, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 4 mana, Huntmaster of the Fells comes down. That's a decent speed bump. Big problem though, James Hazen's board doesn't really care that much about a Huntmaster of the Fells. Silverblade Paladin and Champion of the Parish just crash right into it.
Yeah, they're
no questions asked.
It's like 2 really little speed bumps.
All is going up on green paper on the R through Z pairings board. Once again, 2-head giant players here see all for deck.
And that is
going up on green paper on the
Triumph of the Hordes.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, what is that? And it's on the screen next to me. It's Triumph of the Hordes.
All of his creatures get +1/+1 and Infect.
And
That's
Trample.
lethal.
And
Yeah.
Trample.
That's actual lethal damage right now. Yeah, so it's 3 double striking is 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4 double striking is 14 plus 2 is 16. So it's 16 points of trampling power coming at Michael, and he has 4 points of toughness, and those 16 points of trampling power have Infect.
Yeah, so
that's it.
Game 2, and they're discussing sideboarding, maybe.
Yeah, Michael is, I think, just a little confused. Yeah. 16 minus 4 is 12 Infect.
I don't think James is confused at all.
I think James knows exactly what's going on. He's been playing this card.
Like, you can sit here and figure it all out, but when you add it up, it's over. Yep. I'm attacking you. You can sit here and decide how you want to block.
8 plus 6 plus 2 minus 4 is greater than 10. Or is equal to or greater than 10.
Yeah, for a second it looked like he just lost the wolf and was like ready to take his turn. I'm like, wait, what just happened? How did he not win that?
Nice James, man.
Triumph of the Hordes.
Go.
An uncommon from New Phyrexia that I'd just kind of forgotten about. I remember it last summer, like, now that I'm looking at it, oh yeah, that's right.
It's a pretty sweet one.
It is.
And, I guess missing that point was, he wasn't going to kill it with damage, was he?
Yeah, I guess it didn't really matter, did it?
He was going to infect his opponent to death.
Yeah, it's like the Infect overrun kind of thing.
Man, Silverblade Paladin with Triumph of the Hordes. I didn't think of that one.
No, that's a good one.
Cool interaction, Mr. James Hazen.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Hats
so
off to you, my friend.
If I'm Michael Nyberg trying to figure out what exactly to do about this monstrosity that I just faced, he's got
some Arc Trails, which are going to be pretty awesome. Sort of Feast and Famine, good. Sort of War and Peace, good. Daybreak Rangers, insane here. I mean, I'm a little surprised that as a Green Sun Zenith deck, he doesn't have access to 1 copy of Ulvenwald Tracker. That would do a lot of work.
Fight Bear.
Yeah, a lot of work against against James' deck. Brian Cowell, who we saw earlier, he is also playing a green-white aggro deck. Less human-centric, however. And his deck does have the tracker in it. And I think the tracker is even a human.
I think it is. Even though there's a bear in the picture.
Well, is he tracking the bears? I think he's tracking the bears.
Human shaman. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
the whole thing is, even though there's this bear there, it's actually not the bear.
Look at that bear hanging out behind him. It's dancing, right? It's doing.
It's
is
definitely
that
it's doing some sort of
It's
dance.
like moonwalking. It's doing like the Michael Jackson
It's
lean
like
forward bear
yeah,
dance.
I don't know what that is exactly,
Yeah,
but
I like it.
I like that the tracker's just like, "Hey bear, go fight."
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, target creature you control fights another target creature, so that would be pretty good. But he's got Daybreak Ranger, which is similar to some degree. Just one copy though.
Magic players, if you signed up for Booster Draft number 5, your event is ready on stage.
I don't think Michael Nyberg knows what hit him yet. I feel like he's still like, are we really going into game 2?
Yeah, I mean, well, he just died on turn 4 to infect damage against an opponent who cast a turn 1 champion of the parish.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often. I don't think that's ever happened to me. I don't think my opponent's ever cast a turn 1 champion of the parish and then killed me on turn 4 with infect damage. Those are things that,
I guess you just don't, you don't connect that. It doesn't really...
It's a rare occasion.
Yeah.
And Tom Ma watching. Shout out to Mr. Tom Ma. Good to hear from you. Alright, yeah, so from these sideboards, I think James Hazen has some weird cards, man. Noxious Revival and a green-white aggro deck?
He needs that Triumph of the Hordes back. If it didn't do it the first time, I'm going to do it the second time.
And I think his deck just like has some really, really powerful interactions.
Yeah, I wonder how much he has 2 fogs in his sideboard. Actual fog.
Actual fogs.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much I like the fogs. I also don't like the, I'll come right out and say it. The fogs in his sideboard are pretty bad. The Noxious Revivals in his sideboard are pretty bad. The Beast Withins in his sideboard are pretty bad. But, I mean, just what his deck's doing is insane and awesome, and his main deck is really good.
Well,
so,
obviously he chose those for some sort of reason. He's got them in there. I don't mind the Beast Within so much.
kind of do. Oh, okay, well, we're already into the thick of the game. Jeez.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
So, James led things off with, or rather, Michael led things off with a turn 2 bird. James had an Avacyn's Pilgrim, and then on turn 2 had a Champion of Lambhold. Now Michael, gonna go ahead and Arc Trail. Get a sweet 2-for-1 against James. James cannot be happy with the result of that. Let's see what he has for,
Does he have double Cavern? Did he just...
I think he has double Cavern in play.
Yeah. Champion of the parish.
And a Gather the Townsfolk, and that's gonna make that Champion of the Parish into a 3/3.
Yeah, he can't cast the Gather the Townsfolk off the caverns.
He made a little bit of a boo-boo there.
Yeah, should not have tapped his planes. I assume the cavern named Human.
Yeah.
So Mayor of Averbrook. Michael checking things out.
Yeah, and he just opened himself, like, he just gave his opponent another really juicy Arc Trail if his opponent has one. I mean, that would be disastrous for him if his opponent had a second Arc Trail here.
Looks like Strangleroot Geist.
Strangleroot Geist coming
Passes
down.
back.
Yeah, can attack because Champion of the Parish right now, the 2/2 that also gets +1/+1 from that Mayor of Averbrook. All right, and James with a Gather the Townsfolk.
Surprise! Did you know I had this?
Yeah, bet you didn't see this one coming. That Gather the Townsfolk is going to make a couple of 2/2s thanks to Mayor of Averbrook. And now James can also cast a Doom Traveler. Things are getting pretty.
Yeah, champion's getting big. Everything's getting big from the mayor. And, whew.
Yeah, that champion's a big boy. He is a 6/6. I wouldn't be surprised if Michael chose to, you know, trade his 2/1 for a 3/2 and, you know, prevent 6 damage to himself.
Seems reasonable. Yeah, so.
Although you never know. I mean, 6 isn't nearly as much as 14, which is what a Silverblade Paladin can turn that into at any moment. Right?
Yeah. So yeah,
so the mayor flips. Yeah, the mayor flips.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
And man, Mayor of Averbrook is also just a brutal beating.
And this deck is ridiculous. There's so much power on the board.
And that's a Silverblade Paladin. So now, all right, champion of the parish.
With this here champion of the
parish. Now attacking for 16 with 1 creature. Now at this point, if I'm James, I think I attack with all my creatures because come on, like what's he gonna? You know, like he's gotta block the champion, right? Like
fog. Because he's got fog. So
didn't he? He also got to make a wolf, right?
Yeah, there it is.
All right.
Wow. Sun Petal Grove.
Is that a Triumph of the Hordes in his hand?
I didn't quite see it.
Because that would be ridiculous.
It really would be ridiculous. Alright, so here comes my double strikers and a wolf. And, well, hey, how about not this? And no, these guys. Well, maybe not these guys.
Don't you just send in the team?
I think you do. I think you just...
Like, come on, like, what's he gonna do? Takes 3, 4, 8. Takes 8, goes to 12. And there's really just like you just send the team. It's alright though. At this point, yeah, James.
Michael just says land go and
the champion of the parish by itself is enough to kill Michael. It has double strike. It's an 8/8.
This deck is exciting.
Yeah, this deck's really sweet. This deck's pretty cheap too, man. I'm just gonna build this deck. I'll build this deck like right now.
Building on a budget.
Yeah.
You need 3 Cavern of Souls, though.
I'm gonna play 4 Cavern of Souls.
You need 4 Cavern of Souls, though. I mean, you see, he had double Cavern for his first 2 turns, and that was just fine. All right, so the double strikers are coming in from James. It's got the wow, Michael flooded.
Yeah.
No wonder he could interact.
Yeah, Michael Nyberg gets defeated 2-0 by James Hazen, whose green-white human deck is insane.
It is. I feel bad for Michael.
Right.
Couldn't really do anything. Like,
Yeah, I